Hi, it's Trudy Rankin here from West Island Digital, and I want to introduce you today to a tool that I use quite a lot called Canva, and I'm going to show you how to use this tool to create a background image for you to be able to use on Zoom when you're on online calls, so that you can hide that messy study behind you, or you can have a more professional image just sitting behind you, or you can actually use it to share your logo and business information with people. So I'm going to just do this as part of our online business tools series, where we teach you how to use tools that are going to quickly and easily get you going online and enable you to scale and grow your business. So let's get started. First of all, you'll need to go to canva.com. Canva is an amazing tool that you can use to just create just about any kind of visual image for use in a number of ways, either social media posts or actual things that you can print out. It's really, really quite a very lovely and effective tool. So you're going to go to canva.com, and if you haven't used it before, you'll need to set up an account, and you just need to set up a free account. It's not necessary to pay for an account at this stage. You don't need to have a paid account until you get to a certain stage where you need to be sharing a lot of things, or you want to use specific things in Canva that you just think are absolutely necessary. But there's so much in there and so much available that it really usually isn't necessary to pay for an account. So, but it's got lots for you to choose from. The first thing that you're going to do is you're going to go over here to the left once you've logged in, and you're going to click on Create a Design. And it's going to create a drop-down box here, and it's going to be asking you, well, what kind of thing do you want to create? And you can see that there's all different sorts of things that you can choose. Very many different things that you can choose. I won't go through all of them. It's just to give you a bit of an idea. But what I want you to do is just going to go to the search bar, and you're going to type in Zoom, and it's going to bring up 3 things that you can choose from. You can go and explore these last 2 later, but for right now, I'm just going to click on Zoom Virtual Background, and it's going to bring up a plain canvas for you to be able to use to create your virtual Zoom background. Now, you have a choice between using an image or a video. So I'm going to just show you what you do. You're just going to go over here, and you're just going to click on that, and it's going to immediately drop it into your canvas. And you can see straight away what that looks like. And if you look at that and you think, I'm not quite sure if that's what I want, then you can choose some other things. You can either click on this and delete it, or you can just add a new page, which will add a blank page. So let's just go back. I'll add this one back in again. That will be the second one. And then I'll click on this one so that's highlighted. I'm going to show you what a video looks like. So you can actually download a little video that will play quite nicely as a Zoom background, and this is quite nice. It's the earth turning, and I'll just stop it playing for right now. If that's what you want to do, that's fine as a video, or you can have an image. Now, you may actually want to not use one of the images that they have, but you may want to choose your own image. You want to have something that that you've already taken a photo of yourself, and you want to use it. So you're going to go over here to the left, click on Uploads, and you'll see that it will give you the opportunity to upload your own images. And you do that, or videos. It can be an image or a video, and you do that by clicking here on Upload an Image or Video. If you click on that, it'll open up, and you can choose from your computer whichever image it is that you want to use. Now, I already have some preloaded in here, so you can choose a number of different ones. If I pick this one, I'm just going to show you what happens when I choose this one. You'll notice that this image isn't particularly well suited for a background, and if I was going to use it, I would have to actually tweak it so much that it just probably wouldn't work so well. You can adjust it to some degree, but it's not massively well suited for use as a background image. So I'm going to delete that and choose a different one, and just one that works. It's going to work, even though it still needs quite a lot of tweaking in order to be able to actually work. You can just click and drag, it will actually do the job. It's not the best background to have because it's quite busy, but I'm just using it as an example. So what you can do once you actually have loaded up your own image is you can actually then add text to it. So you go over here again to the left and click on text, and it gives you the ability to choose any number of different types of text. You can add a heading, or you can choose a combination of text that's already pre-laid out. You can pick whatever you want and use that. So I'm going to go back up here to the top, and I'm just going to click on add a heading. I'm going to position my cursor over that and just move it to where it's better suited. And I'm going to just make it a little bit bigger, and then I'm going to put my business name in here. So West Island Digital. And then if I wanted to, I could take that, I could change the color of the font, which might make it a little bit easier to read. I could do something ghastly like make it orange. I think white works better. It's up to you. Whatever makes, suits your eye and you think it looks good. Might move it up just a little bit up here. And you can also, I'll just turn that off. You can also change the font here. You just go up here to where it's this little drop down arrow here, and you can actually choose a different type of font just to make it look a little bit different. So whatever works for you, you can play with it till the cows come home, really, and till you've decided you've got something that you really like. You can also change the size of the font. You can choose to make it much bigger. So I could choose to make it a little bit bigger, and I could choose to just keep it on one line, or I could make it smaller. And if you, it also will resize the size. If you move it around like this, you can see how this number is changing here. You can just click and drag it, and it will resize for you automatically as you try to make it fit into a space. And if you then want to make it go into 2 lines, you basically click and drag this little bar here to change that. So once again, you just play with it till you're happy with it, and then let it sit. Now, you've now got a few things to choose from, and if you go, well, I don't know if I want all of those, I'm quite happy with the one at the bottom, so I'm just going to get rid of this one. You just click on the little rubbish bin here, garbage bin, and do the same thing for this one. And now you've got a background image that has a little bit of text on it that you can now download and use in Zoom. So the last thing you have to do, last thing I need to tell you is that you do need to make sure that if you are using a background or an image or something, you need to just make sure and check that the image that you're using says that it's free. If it's free, you can download it and reuse it as much as you want, or as many times as you want. If it's got a price against it, it's going to ask you to pay when you download the image. And you can, if you don't pay, it's going to download with hash marks all over it. But if you do pay, then obviously it takes away the hash marks. So it doesn't really cost that much. It's really quite inexpensive. But if you're wanting to use your own image, you don't have to pay. Or if you want to use one of their images and there's a price to it, it doesn't cost that much. And they do have free ones that you can use. So I'm just going to close that down, and I'm just going to show you now what you're going to do with it. So you're going to go up here to this little down arrow, and you're going to click on it, and it's going to say download. And you then want to look and see, so it's usually suggested that you use a PNG, that's a file type, and that's the suggested one. I suggest you probably keep it there. If you wanted anything more fancy than that, you need to have upgraded and just pay a little bit of money for that. You can change the size to just here for what you're downloading. Now, because we set this up to be a background for Zoom, I wouldn't change this size. This has been set up specifically for use with Zoom in the background, so it is the correct size. So once you're ready and you're happy that this is all right, you can, once again, you can have a look to see whether you want it, which file size you want it to be. And once you're happy with that, then you just click download, and it sits there and says, I'm preparing your design, gives you a lovely little quote. wants to sell you Canva Pro free, if it's 30 days for free, if you're going to be using it a lot, it's worthwhile. It's a very good product, but you don't have to pay for it. So once you've done that, then you just go into your computer, into your downloads file, find that file that you've created, log into Zoom, and then upload it into Zoom, as I've shown you in the previous training on how to set up a background image in Zoom. So I hope you found that useful. Please subscribe to the channel, and if you think somebody else would benefit from it, please feel free to share this little training with them as well. I'm Trudy Rankin from West Island Digital, and I hope you have a fantastic week.